Ryan Clark from ESPN's NFL Live talked about Baker Mayfield and not forcing the ball to Odell Beckham Jr.
Odell Beckham was allowed to eat, but he wasn't force-fed. And for so many times when you watch this offense play with Odell Beckham Jr., because they understand how much juice he has, he's force-fed. They got the football to him early, but they didn't continue trying to put him in matchups where he was the focal point of this offense. This offense figured out a way to play to Baker Mayfield's strengths last year, and Kevin Stefanski found a way to help them have success. With that success, if you now incorporate Odell Beckham Jr. and know when you need that play, when you need that type of juice, you have that type of player, this is the way this team will be best. You can run the football, and from that, get into play action pass.
Let's welcome in Hayden Grove from the Plain Dealer and cleveland.com. And Hayden, I think that's a key point. They don't need to force feed the ball to Odell Beckham Jr. I think Kevin Stefanski has kind of learned what he needs to do to get him in situations where he can succeed and they can take advantage of his skills.
Yeah, I mean, that's the whole thing with Odell. I think in the past, it's been Odell has been the guy that's kind of you've had to try to, manipulate your offense around. And now a year removed from a playoff berth, a year removed from a really efficient offense, Odell Beckham now comes in as a part of that offense rather than the epicenter of that offense. So now Kevin Stefanski looks and says, okay, we have a very dynamic playmaker. We have a guy who's, not only fast, but he can run the ball and he can catch anything you throw at him. Let's do it. Let's throw him in situations that are going to be the best for him, the best for our team. So I think you saw a little bit more of Baker Mayfield kind of just addressing the entire offense and not only looking in Odell's direction. But I think with Jarvis out, you're still going to have some times where Baker's going to look Odell's way more. And Odell, again, just being how good he is and being how dynamic he is still going to get a lot of attention and still going to get the ball plenty.
Yeah, and he should. When you have a receiver like that, there's nothing wrong with getting him the ball. Just make sure that you kind of have that scheme set to show him off the way you want to.